Hello, wonderful people. I'm Jim McDermott. I'll be your instructor for the BA462 class. You'll be hearing some noise. I have some contractors here working at my home. I'm working from my home office, so I'm kind of locked in here in my office right now as my house is a little upside down. And as you can see from behind me, I've got everything kind of in here with my office, keeping me company. And my puppies are at bay, and hopefully they won't bark too much, so we can get through this syllabus review with very little, if any, disruptions. Okay, the reason I like to go through the syllabus review is a chance for us to be able to have a good understanding. Of course, you can read the syllabus on Blackboard. It's there for you throughout the semester, of course, for your reading enjoyment. But I like to try to add a little extra insight. So let me take a look here as I'm looking at the syllabus. It has there at the very beginning my information, which includes things like my telephone number. My email address is jcmcdermott@alaska.edu. I have my Skype address also included. All right, the textbook that we're going to be using for this particular course is Understanding Business Strategy Concepts. I like the textbook. I spent a lot of time going through at least a dozen, if not more, textbooks trying to find that right fit. One that I thought would be a good fit for the class. One that also not only looked at corporate strategy from the big business, but also from medium-sized enterprises, and even to consider the micros from time to time. All right. There's also another book that we'll be using for this class. It's called The Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs. The class is an O-intensive class. You'll be having throughout the semester videos that you'll be producing to present both individually and at the final, at the end of the semester, there's one that's a group video that you'll be putting together. There's a lot of weight for your final grade for this particular course is tied into these particular presentations. Not only with the presentation itself as far as style and how informative the presentation is, but also it's going to be looking at your understanding. Hopefully that comes across loud and clear of the topic and how much you've mastered the topic as we moved along throughout the semester. Anyways, I think you'll find both books are very in comparison to many other textbooks. The textbook is very short in comparison to many other textbooks I looked at. And the book, their Presentation Secrets of Steve Jobs, was one of those ones I couldn't put down. So it's that good of a read, and it has a lot of great information. For those of you who want to be successful in business, I'm sure you understand that part of that is developing strong presentation skills. Okay, so anyways, in this class here, I'll have high expectations when it comes to your presentation skills, along with your overall knowledge of the material. Without a doubt, that's going to be paramount. Okay, what else I want? I'm looking down here at the syllabus. I don't want to spend too much time going over what you can read for yourself, but I just want to, again, go over things so I can add a little insight. Talks about assignments overviews. Classrooms, as I put down, includes the video presentations, written assignments, which is going to be a short 100-200 word written assignments where I'm going to give you the Steve Jobs presentation book is broken into chapters. It's broken into scenes. And once you read the book and you get a little bit of a better understanding of who Steve Jobs was as a presenter, you'll probably get a better understanding of why things are put into scenes versus chapters. But with that said, I'll be looking for you to get these assignments turned in. I have here that they need to be turned in by 11:59 on Saturday for the week that they're due. And I'm not looking for regurgitations from the book. When it comes to a copy and paste, I have a lot of grandchildren that are under the age of 10, and they can copy and paste really, really well. Obviously, what I'm looking for from you as seniors For the most part, with a sprinkling of juniors, is your interpretation of the material, your understanding, and of course, whatever you put down on paper, you'll need to support that. Everything needs to be in APA format. Uh, and I almost feel silly saying that at this point in your academic venture, but I said it nevertheless. Okay, so the written assignments again, very short, 1 to 200 words in your own. I'd like to see it as much as possible being done in your own words and understanding, not copy and paste. You know, a 100-word reply and 99 words are from a quote. It just tells you know how to copy and paste. Your oral presentations, this will be done through YouTube types of submissions. You'll be putting those, attaching those online, the URL. And what will happen is that throughout the semester, let's say the 1 week you do a video, the next week you'll be doing 2 reviews of 2 other students within the class, their videos. So you'll be doing reviews of their videos. And then those reviews are turned in as an assignment back to me. Nobody else sees them but me. Now, if students ask for feedback, I won't give names, but if students ask for feedback, I'll be glad to say, yeah, this is what I saw, and this is what other students seen that were both strengths and areas you need to improve on. I'd be glad to share that information. And for those of you who want to really sharpen your skills, it'd probably be a good thing to ask questions. You know. Let's see here. So you'll be turning those in, and also you'll be doing the reviews. The 3 individual oral presentations, videos that you'll be turning in need to be 5 to 7 minutes in length. The reviews you'll see on Blackboard on the column. On Blackboard, when you open it up on the column, as you're looking at it on the left-hand side, one of the tabs will be materials, and within the materials you'll find the review forms that you'll need to use and then submit through the assignments folder once you are in Blackboard and complete the project. Then there's a group project. The group project, you'll be broken up into small groups, 3-4 students. And then this is at the end of the semester, I believe it's week 12. I'll look at it here in just a minute. You'll be working together. I'll assign the students into the groups. You may make recommendations and ask, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'll put you into the same groups with others. But oftentimes I do. So I'll be looking at the group project. It's something I'll be looking at, and then you'll be looking at them along with me, but you won't be reviewing within your own groups. So if your group puts together its video presentation, then on top of that you'll have, again, 2 other groups that you'll need to review and turn in your review sheets. All right, so hopefully I'm being clear there and helping to explain what some of the expectations are. But let's just go right to the course schedule, and hopefully we can even clarify it even that much more. If you can look at the course schedule in your syllabus as you're reading along with me, you can see there for week 1, which is September 6th through the 12th, as I break them up by weeks. I have classes begin the week of 3 through 5, but that's your welcome to the class. Doing your syllabus review, asking me questions, just kind of starting with your readings, just starting to prepare. So week 1 officially, as far as assignments go, you can see you have your reading of chapter 1, but you have your first written assignment week 1 from the Steve Jobs book, scenes 1, 2, and 3. And I have a 1 to 200 words you need to turn in. And of course, the first question you need to answer is, answer the one question that matters most. And I give you the page number 15, so you'll have something to refer to. You're right now that seems vague, but if you had read the scenes, you know exactly what I'm expecting of you. Of course, if you don't read, let me also put in there, please do not plagiarize. Don't, don't do that. And that's just, for the academics, that's just not acceptable. Do your own work. Do not work in groups when it comes to the written assignments. This is an individual assignment. Okay. I almost feel embarrassed to put that and to say that for students that are at your nearness to completing your degree programs, but just to be safe, I again put that kind of information out there. Where plagiarizing is something that's not tolerated. Okay. So that's what's going on with week 1. And then if you go to week 2, you'll see that's where you'll have your first chapter video assignment. And again, I have on there the chapter 1 video assignment presentation. It's from the mini case, so you have something to refer to when you're putting together your video assignment. Strategic Leadership Made the Difference at Priceline.com. So you'll go to chapter 2, and you'll take a look at chapter 2, and then your video assignment will be based off of that mini case. There's questions at the end, and you'll be presenting, and then you'll be graded on how well you present your responses. Also, you'll be getting evaluated by your fellow students, and I do use your fellow students' evaluations to help me with my overall assessment prior to attaching your final grade for that particular assignment. If everyone comes back to me, let's just say someone out there says everybody deserves an A+++ on their video presentations. Well, then I start evaluating the evaluator, and with that, what I mean by that is obviously you're going to get probably a less than a stellar grade for your review process if you don't at least from time to time offer some strong constructive criticism and feedback that students can use to become better presenters. I mean, let's just put it there. Okay, so with those two examples for week 1 and 2, you can see what's going on there when it comes to first the written assignment, and then week 2 you have your first video assignment, and then week 3 you're turning in your presentation evaluation sheet that week, and you also have a written assignment again for week 3. So pay attention to what's going on there as far as keeping up with your assignments. I have here, what am I doing? Week 5, I believe I have here. By the week 5, I'll be putting you into your groups. The reason I waited till week 5, give you a chance to get to know each other. If there is some bonding going on of like minds, that it may persuade me to put you into the same groups as we move forward. The final project is a big project, your group video. So even waiting to week 5, I felt I was waiting, it would be right at the end of week 4, beginning of week 5. I just felt like I was really waiting, maybe a little bit too long, but I wanted to have you a chance to get yourselves comfortable with the other assignments, so you have at least one of each under your belt before working also at the same time on your final project, which will be the group video, which you would more than likely want to work throughout the entire semester or the rest of the semester and not wait to the few days before it's due and decide to start putting it together. Your procrastination does not equal my priority. So I would expect questions week 6, week 7, week 8. When you start asking me questions in week 11 and it's due week 12, and I'm talking about just fundamental questions, that just tells me you're just getting started, or at least the innuendo is you're just getting started. I'm not going to have much empathy for you if you wait that long. You really should be working on that a little bit earlier. The group project will require all of you to work together on your group project. One video is turned in, so you decide how you're going to work with that with your group dynamics. You'll probably want to have someone who maybe takes the lead on that, and everybody's pieces that are going to be involved in the group's final presentation is done so in one video. Plus, the final video must be filmed in front of at least five people to show me you, the dynamics of you presenting in front of a live audience. Again, it's an oral intensive class, and I need to see that you're able to do and to accomplish that. So it can be 5 students, it could be 5 former students, it could be as much as possible professionals, like people like a librarian. Um, not your babysitting group, your quilting team. No, I'm talking more academic related, as much as possible academic related, professionally related. 5 people at a minimum that you're presenting to. Okay. Now, what else did I want to have on there? Of course, I'm thinking about that. Imagine presenting it to 5 toddlers. Now, that would be a challenge, but let's not go there. Let's just stay away from that. Oh my gosh, that actually would be probably tougher than 5 folks from the academics. Okay. You have a you have a midterm, you have a final exam that's going to be part of your makeup for the course. What else did I want to touch on here? Week 11, week 12, 10. All right, so your midterm is a computer-based exam. It'll be done via Blackboard. Your final exam you will need to get with the distance learning, e-learning folks to ensure that you have somebody that facilitates your final exam, whether it be here on campus, or if necessary working with e-learning, somebody like a librarian, somebody who can proctor your exam. But again, your midterm is computer-based, Blackboard, and the dates for your midterm are also identified on your syllabus. Let's see here. I'm sure I wrote that down here. Yeah, it'll be October 22nd. I'll open it up for testing, starting at noon Alaska Standard Time, and you'll have until 11:59 on the 24th, if I remember correctly. You'll have 1 hour to take the exam, so it's a timed exam. So don't wait till 11:58, because 11:59 is the final option to turn it. I mean, that's the final minute to turn it in. So if you start at 11:58, you have 1 minute to take your exam. So try to give yourself at least an hour prior to the final moments that it closes out. You laugh at me, maybe out there somewhere. You're like, oh, I actually had someone thought that they could start at 11:58:30 and complete the. And then it would have an hour from that point on. But no, it's a 10:24 is when it's going to be completed by at 11:59. That's the last chance to turn it in. But you do have from 10:22 noon until 11:59 on 10:24 to get it completed. It's a 1 hour exam. There's no pauses, so you'll need to complete it. Once you get started, you'll need to complete it. All right. The written assignments are worth a total of 14% of your grade. Those are the ones dealing with Steve Jobs' book. Again, they're short written assignments. Your individual videos are worth 30% of your grade. That's a lot. So just make sure you get that maybe highlighted. And your group video is worth 25% of your grade. So you can see I'm putting a lot of emphasis on the videos, both group and individual. It's 55% of your grade. Not only will it be covering the material, but it's also covering the material and showing me your insight into the material, but it's also giving me a good understanding of your skills and levels of skills when it comes to presentations. So the evaluation sheets, the peer evaluation sheets, they are worth For the individual one, 7.5% of your overall grade. So again, I'll be grading the evaluators. So please do a good job with the evaluation of other videos. And the same thing with the group evaluation that you'll be doing at the very end. That is worth 2.5% of your overall grade. That one video review. Pardon me. Those 2 video reviews worth a total of 25 points. So you'll have a total of 2 video reviews to do for the peer evaluation. So over the semester, you'll have 6 of those that you'll be turning in, and for the group evaluation, you'll have a total of 2 of the video reviews that you'll be turning in. Midterm is worth 10% of your grade, and your final exam, just to give it a little extra pizzazz over the midterm, is worth 11% of your grade. Not much of a difference there. So I hope going through all this has helped. I do use the plus-minus system in the grading process. So every, an A plus, A minus type of setup. So that does have an impact on the GPA. And there's information in there about student support services in your syllabus, disability services, and there's also a little bit of information in there about the Title 10 or Title 11. But anyways, take a look at the syllabus and you'll see what I'm talking about there. All right. Welcome to BA462. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm looking forward to it. I can be reached at my office number, 474-2476. Again, you have my email and you have my Skype address on your syllabus. And I hope, we should have a great semester. This will be the first class, by the way, that'll be an online version of the BA462. So you're the first class, and so you're the pioneers, and we'll make this as much as possible, make this an enjoyable experience, and then I'll look forward to your feedback at the end of the semester, and you'll help me during your reviews of the class to allow me to learn what my strengths were, what the class material strengths were, and what we need to improve on if you would take the time and go over those things at the very end of the semester when you do your class reviews. Thanks. Look forward to our class as we move forward.